Hello everyone, this is a review of a ship that I never once had in my childhood, but now I do, and it is the Black Pearl. Now, unfortunately, the official name for this is called Captain Jack Sparrow's pirate ship, which is just stupid, but this is based off the very first film. Now these sails are pretty nice, sturdy cloth, even with these nice little tears from the very first film. It's very nice. So, let's get right into it, eh? Gonna pick up the camera. As you can see, there's some very cool ways that they did this way, using these string pieces and connecting it to these little holes that are in it and connecting it to the masts. Very, very nice. Down here you can see there's these anchors, which you can, very nice, very nice. And it's a really cool little design as well for these big anchors. I mean, these kind of ships, they need this big of an anchor. So, doing more of this from this, you can see the wheel, more of this, and especially this cool little part. I never seen this kind of part before, but however, I had one extra, so I'm going to use that for a grappling hook for a character. Which, more of the mast, which using some Technic parts to make sure that it's nice and sturdy. Honestly, it's really cool. Such. Of course, the boat, which you can actually pop off. Very nice. We've seen it before. But let me get Cotton. Oh, he fell. But we'll look at the minifigures here a little bit. But you can actually pull this whole section off, and it's really well detailed, except these red pins. Some people were having issues with the red pins, which I don't get. And inside, you can see a treasure chest. I'm gonna see, and there's a gold in there. Pirates do love their treasure. So, I'm gonna slide that back in. Pretty simple. And boom. Now, we'll get into those in a little bit. The spinning bit here, it's kind of hard to see because of all the black, but this also spins. It's very nice, very, very nice, honestly. Much like how it is in the films. Now, there's a very cool little feature that I'll get to in just a moment. You see this wheel right here. You turn it and it's very cool, but when you look at the rudder, it's moving with the wheel. It's honestly such a cool little thing that they did. But when you look at the rudder, I'm gonna try to help you see. There's a little black gear right here. Now if I turn it, all the cannons come out. Now ain't that cool? It's on both sides, but dang, it is such a cool little feature that they did. And you can just keep doing that. It's stiff the first time for like a side, so kind of just do it slow and such. So now there is a part of the cabin which we're going to try take off. The captain's cabin, such very nice. Even the fish, the apple, as we all know, Barbosa loves his apples. So, and it just pops in right like that. So, a very, very cool ship overall. Just a little spin. You can see a little bit more of the sails, and especially this version. But there's something interesting you're probably wondering. Well, Rain of Fire, what's with the brown stands here at the bottom that you can see? those actually can come off. Now I'm gonna be very careful. They can come off like this. Very nice. And you can have it like that. Like how it's actually a ship. But there's another feature, which I don't know if I can be able to do because I don't want to break this. So we're just gonna pop these back on. If I can. Oobly. And then, so won't be able to show off this exact feature. I thought it was cool. So trying to find these ports are a little difficult. These ports. So make sure it's all lined up. It's all connected. There you go. Oh. But along here, there's a little way to detach this bottom section and of this whole ship and make it look like it's actually in water. Now I can't show it, unfortunately, because it was so difficult trying to even get this to actually be connected. So if you can, you can. It takes a little finesse. Of course, this is part of the rudder, a little thing that you can slip through my extra bit of the rudder, which you can add. So now let's look at the figures. We have, of course, Captain Jack Sparrow, very nicely detailed, and his head is dual-sided. Fine. The camera will focus. Thank you. So we also have Barbosa, Captain Barbosa, with the coin of Isla de Muerta. And of course the other side is that bonish look. Really cool. Mr. Gibbs. Can't forget him. Thank you. Elizabeth Swan. Very nice. I believe quite a few of them are dual-headed, dual-side heads. So that's really, really cool little thing. We have a first Cotton figure, and Cotton this parrot. So really cool. He is not dual-headed, sided for his head, which is fine. Also, Marty. Really cool. Now you can display these people out like this, especially with this, or this gal, which I completely have forgotten her name, unfortunately. So, and she is dual-sided for her head mold. Very cool. And you can just kind of do it like that, like she's actually on. And then up top, of course, you have Will Turner. Very nice. And I believe he is also, yep, he is also dual-headed. Now, some people were complaining that this ship didn't come with the two bumbling idiots that we know and love from the first three movies. But that's completely fine in my opinion, because, I mean, this thing's over $300. So, the other side, the cannons, very cool. So you can just have that about. So, nice little lantern part here too. It's really nice little to detail. And of course, the main gal herself, the statue of the Black Pearl. It's very nice. So, I've had this for quite a while, but it isn't until now that I was able to do a review. So, it's honestly a really cool ship, well worth the price. Now, I have been seeing people do modifications and such of this ship, which is, it's understandable, you know? And especially a ship like this, it's like, there's going to be prone to some unfortunate side errors. Like the bell and such back here that's not present. It's kind of unfortunate. But, you know, all in all, it's a very cool ship. And I think for a price point like this, it's well worth it. So, very much like it. The only pirate ship before this was the Silent Mary, which I will not go get because this took a while to pick up and get out. So it's like a cool ship. So really well built, pretty darn sturdy, and it's got quite a little heft to it. She is a hefty girl. So, and that is it. Thank you for listening to my review of what this ship should be called, the Black Pearl, but unfortunately it is not. If you want to see more videos like this, please leave a comment. Also, I am going to be looking more into Blender and such, so that's going to be something to watch out for. And as I always say at the end of these videos, and for those of you who know, stay alive, keep the fire alive, and I shall see you next time.